Okay, so the SD card is here on the bottom of the device. Simply push it in and it will pop out, and then to put it back in, just push it in and click it. You need to keep this in, otherwise it won't work. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the SD card and we're going to use your favorite SD to USB converter and plug it into your computer. So let's do that right now. Now you've got your SD card plugged into your computer, you'll see it appears as an external hard drive or an external drive called ST Lite. If you click on it, you will find you've got 3 files: config, license and Wi-Fi settings, and 2 folders: date time files and numbered files. I suggest you take a copy of all of this and back it up onto your computer or onto another external drive, especially the license.txt file, because without that your Spirit Talker Lite device won't work. So let's have a look at the license.txt file. Do not edit any of this file, and this license key along here, that is unique to your Spirit Talker Lite device. It won't work in any other Spirit Talker Lite device. It is purely for your device that you have purchased. So definitely make a backup of that. If you lose it or it gets corrupted, I can make another one, but you'd have to send the device back to me in order for my software to generate a new license for you. Actually, change of plan. Since making that video, I thought, no, if something happens to the license file, it's not fair on you guys to have to send me the device back in order to generate a new file. So I've updated my licensing software, I've updated the Spirit Talker Lite app that runs on here. So now every Spirit Talker Lite device has a unique number which can be found on the certificate of authenticity, on the back of the box that it comes in, and in your license file just here. So if something happens to your license file, hopefully it won't, but say you lose it, it gets corrupted, you haven't made a backup of it or whatever, just send me this number here. I'll generate a new license file and email it over to you. That way you don't have to send the device back to me. Now let's look at config.txt. If you open this file, you can change the voice. There's 6 voices to choose from: default, elf, robot, stuffy, old lady and ET. So simply replace default here with one of these voices. Make sure caps lock is on and just copy it exactly as it says here. You can also edit the date and time, and you need this if you live in a country that's in a different time zone to GMT. So when the Spirit Talker Lite device connects to the internet, it gets the time from what's known as a time server, and that time is always in GMT. So if your time is 5 hours behind GMT, you need to change your time offset to -5. If your time zone is 2 hours in front of GMT, you need to just change that to 2. Also, if it's British summertime or not, so you need to change this to 0 if it is British summertime, or 1 if it's not. Once you've edited this to how you want it, click save, and it should save a new config.txt file on your SD card. Okay, let's look at the Wi-Fi settings. In here is where you put the name of your Wi-Fi network and the password for your Wi-Fi network. So for example, your home will have a router, it'll have a Wi-Fi on there. You just connect to it like you would do your phone. So enter your Wi-Fi name and then the password to connect to it. You can use your phone's hotspot. So if your phone has a hotspot, turn your hotspot on, find the name of your hotspot, type it in here where it says your Wi-Fi SSID name, and then the password for your phone hotspot goes here. And if that's all correct, the Spirit Talker Lite device will connect to that network, and it will then be able to get the date and time from the time server. You also use this Wi-Fi connection that the Spirit Talker Lite device has so that you can log into the Spirit Talker Lite device and update the software. There's another video showing that. So down here you will see it says server username, admin, server password 1234. They're the default values. You can change them to whatever you want, and then that's the username and password you will use to log into the Spirit Talker Lite device. And that is only for updating the software. Like I said, there's another video for that. Inside the date and time files folder will be all of the logs of all of the sessions that you do. They will be saved in here if Spirit Talker Lite is connected to a Wi-Fi so that it can get the date and time. These particular units don't have a built-in clock, so it uses the internet to get the date and time. So if it is connected to the internet to get the date and time, it will be able to save the log files with a date and time for the log file name, and then all of the responses within that file will have a time stamp. So let's look at the numbered files folder. In here are the session logs when the Spirit Talker Lite device is not connected to the internet, because because without the connection I can't get the date and time. So you can run it without it having an internet connection, but there will be no date and time stamps on any of the session files, and there won't be any timestamps on the responses within those files. The device comes with a 4GB SD card. You can upgrade it to a maximum of 16GB. If you want to do that, simply copy all of this, what's on this SD card, over onto a new SD card, the 16GB one for example, save them on there, and then put the new 16GB SD card into the Spirit Talker Lite device, and it will work. But I think a 4GB card should be plenty big enough, because you're literally just saving text files. They don't normally get very large in size. So that's it. Any questions, give me a shout. You know where I am if you need me. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You can email me. Seriously, if you have any problems, please get in touch. I will help you. Okay, right, see you in the next one.